Yeah, welcome to partial differential equation part 2. In part 1, we have covered what is partial differential equation, what is the first type of partial differential equation, and how to classify the first order PD. We also saw how to find partial differential equation by eliminating arbitrary variables and arbitrary functions. Today we will see how to find the solution of first order PDE. So solution of first order linear, semi-linear or quasi-linear PDE. I told you in lecture 1 what is types of linear, semi-linear and quasi-linear PDE. Quasi-linear PDE is a generalized form. Linear and semi-linears are special types of quasi-linear PDE only. So for that we have a very good method that is called Lagrange's multiplier method. So let us consider a PDE, a quasi-linear PDE of the form P small p plus Q small q equals to capital R. Where small p, I told you, if we take in two variables and z is the function of x and y, then small p is del z over del x and small q is del z over del y. What about capital PQR? Capital P is a function of x, y, z. Capital Q is also function of x, y, z, and capital R is the function of x, y, z. If capital PQR are only function of x and y, then it becomes linear PDE. If R is the only function of x and y, and P and Q are function of x, y, z, all three, then it is a semi-linear. But PQR, if all PQR are function of x, y, z, then it's a quasi-linear PDE. So quasi-linear PD contained both linear and semi-linear types of PD. So in general, we can say that it's a solution of quasi-linear PD. It is understood that it will solve linear and semi-linear also. So for solving this, Lagrange gave a method. He wrote this PD in this form. Then, if suppose this is equation 1, then 1 can be written as dx over capital P is equal to dy over capital Q upon dz over capital R. Then we will use separation of variable method. We will try to collect x variable in one side, y variable in one side, and z variable in one side. You know this is a first order PDE, so it will have two Li solutions. First order PDE, two Li solution because there are two independent variable, two Li variables. So you will get two Li solutions. I told you in the lecture 1. And if you equate this ratio to this ratio, you will get one solution. And if you equate this to this, you will get one more solution. And if you get equate dx by p equal to dz by r, you will get one more solution. So you are getting three solutions here. But remember one point, third solution, any of the one solution, first or second or third, will be linearly dependent to others too. It means if you take only two ratio, you will get two Li solution. That third need not be computed here because third solution will be LD solutions on the first and second only. Now, how to find this? This is the method to find the solution using Lagrange's multiplier method. He used a trick. What was the trick? We know that if you have any ratio A by B equal to C by D, then we can write it is A plus C by B plus D. So similar technique he used for three ratios dx by p equal to dy over q equal to dz by r. We can generalize this. We can also write this is some m time a plus n times c over m time b plus n time d. You will get the same expression. So they use similar concept. Alpha 1 dx plus alpha 2 dy plus alpha 3 dz over alpha 1 p plus alpha 2 q plus alpha 3 r. Our aim to find suitable alpha 1, alpha 2, alpha 3, our target is to find suitable alpha 1, alpha 2, alpha 3. These can be function of x, y, z or some constant also, any value, such that alpha 1 p plus alpha 2 q plus alpha 3 r is equal to 0. If this is equal to 0, we will take in the left hand side and we can solve this expression. So our target is find to such alpha 1, alpha 2, alpha 3 that can be x, y, z function or constant such that alpha 1 p plus alpha 2 q plus alpha 3 are equal to 0. And this suitable alpha 1, alpha 2, alpha 3 can be found by practice or hit and trial method. Only practice. Even for a new problem, Lagrange's will also face difficulty. So this method is depend on how you are practicing for this type of problem. Then you can think and you can visualize alpha 1, alpha 2, alpha 3. So this topic is little bit complicated because to find alpha 1, alpha 2, alpha 3 is not a very easy job. Let's see one example. Method is this one only. Now I will discuss some examples and you will see how we can solve the problems. Solve p root x plus q root y equal to root z. Or we can write like this: root x del z over del x, because p is del z over del x, plus root y del z over del y equal to root z. What we will do? We will compare. We will compare with pp plus qq equal to r. So if you compare, your capital P is under root x, capital Q is under root y, capital R is under root z. And you can see that this is a type of quasi-linear PD because R is a function of z here. Now we will write in this form: dx by P equal to dy over Q equal to dz over R. So put the value of P, this is root x. This question is very easy: dy over root y and dz over root z. Now you can take any of the first equality. If you take first equality, dx by root x equal to dy by root y. This is in the already inseparable of variables form. We can integrate both the sides because x variable are with x and y variable are y. So no need to find alpha 1, alpha 2, alpha 3 here because already it is separable of variables form. If it is not in the separable of variables form, then we will try to find suitable alpha 1, alpha 2 and alpha 3. So what we will do here? So you will get this integration as x to the power minus 1 by 2 plus 1 over minus 1 by 2 plus 1 equal to y to the power minus 1 by 2 plus 1 over minus 1 by 2 plus 1 constant c1 by this is actually 1 by 2. So we can use 1 by 2 also because it's a constant value. We want to cancel out 1 by 2. So I'm using c1 by 1 by 2. No need. If you do not want to divide 1 by 2, you can take c1 only also. That will not affect. So this is cancelled out from both the sides. So you will get this is equal to root x equal to root y plus c1. Or you can say root x minus root y equal to c1. This is your first solution, u, x, y, z. I told you in the elimination of arbitrary functions in lecture 1, this can be written as u, x, y, z. So this is your first solution, root x minus root y. This is equal to the constant c1. Take second proportion, dy over root y equal to dz over root z. Similarly, you can solve, you will get root y minus root z equal to c2. That is our second solution, vxyz. Here uxyz, here uxyz and vxyz are Li solutions, linearly independent solution. So what will be the solution of PDE? What will be the solution of PDE? So we will write how to write the solution. The solution of given partial differential equation already written as always in this form: phi u comma v equal to 0, or you can write phi C1 comma C2 equal to 0. You can write in any manner. So it will be phi root x minus root y comma root y minus root z equal to 0, because this is the value of u and this is the value of v. You can also write in this form. I told you, if you have phi u comma v equal to 0, you can write v equal to some function of u. I told you in lecture 1. So if you want, you can write also root y minus root z equal to some function of root x minus root y. So there are many ways to write the solution of this PDE. Now the question is, why we are not taking the third proportion? What will happen? Suppose this is the complete solution. Now I am going to do some analysis here. A remark. If we take dx by root x equal to dz by root z, because this one I left, so the solution will be root x minus root z equal to some constant C3. Suppose this is your solution wxyz. Now, if you see carefully, u was root x minus root y, v was root y minus root z. Okay. Now, if you add u plus v, you will get, if you add u plus v, this is root x minus root z. This is equal to only w only. It means w is in the linear combination of u and v with constant 1 and 1. So w is linearly dependent on u and v. It means u is a linear dependent solution on u and v. So w has no meaning here, because we are interested in Li solution only. So for finding a solution of first order PDE, we have to take only two proportions or two ratio, and we will get two Li solution there. No need to do this third solution. We can take any two which are easy. We can take any two which are easy to solve. Always remember this point. Take example 2. Solve 2yzp plus zxq equal to 3xy. We will compare with pp plus qq equal to capital R. So what is your capital P? This is your 2yz. What is capital Q? That is zx. What is capital R? It is 3xy. So we will do dx upon p equal to dy upon q equal to dz upon r. So it will be dx over 2yz equal to dy over zx equal to dz over 3xy. Now, if you take first two, and you can see that z is going to be cancelled out. So we have y and x variables and derivative in y and x also. So we can separate the variables. So take first proportion. So we will get dx over 2yz equal to dy over zx, and z is cancelled out, and we will separate the variables x dx equal to 2y dy. Now if you integrate, you will get x square by 2 equal to y square plus one constant c1. So we will get x square by 2 minus y square equal to c1. Call it as first solution uxyz. Now, what should be the second? If you see this two, ax is going to be cancelled out and y and z variables can be separate. So take dy over zx equal to dz over 3xy. X is cancelled out. So 3y dy equal to z dz. And if we integrate, it is 3y square by 2 equal to z square by 2 plus 1 constant c2. So it is 3y square by 2 minus z square by 2 equal to c2. You can use c2 by 2, then 2 will cancel out. Otherwise, no need. It's just vxyz. So we have two solutions. So solution of PDE is phi of uv equal to 0 or phi of x square by 2 minus y square comma 3y square by 2 minus z square by 2 equal to 0. So this is the solution of PDE. This is the solution of PDE. Okay, let's see the next example. X square y minus z into small p plus y square z minus x into small q equal to x square y x square z square x minus y. I'm giving, this is a very important example and I'm going to solve it also. Compare with capital PP plus capital QQ equal to capital R. So capital P is x square y minus z. Capital Q is y square z minus x. Capital R is z square x minus y. Now write in the fractions dx by capital P equal to dy over capital Q equal to dz over capital R. So it will be dx over x square y minus z, dy over y square z minus x, dz over z square x minus y. Now we cannot separate the variables and even the factors are not going to be cancelled out. In the first questions, variables are separating. In the second example, some variables are cancelled out both the side and separation of variable useful. In this problem, first and second problems examples method is not working. So what we will do now? We will now try to find suitable alpha 1, alpha 2 and alpha 3. For that, our denominator is going to be 0. Now see carefully. This y minus z plus z minus x plus x minus y is 0. If you add y minus z, z minus x plus x minus y, this is going to be 0. So for that, what should be our aim? If we take this is as alpha 1, this is as alpha 2 and this is at alpha 3, means what we are trying to do here. You can write like this: 1 over x square dx plus 1 over y square dy plus 1 over z square dz over, if you add now, y minus z plus z minus x plus x minus y. Our aim to make 0 in the denominator. So what we are doing? We are dividing and multiplying by 1 upon x square in numerator and denominator both. So if you multiply or you can say divide by x square in numerator and denominator, then this x square will be cancelled out and you will get this term only in denominator. So here actually we are taking alpha 1 is 1 over x square, alpha 2 is 1 over y square and alpha 3 is 1 over z square. Now if you use this method, alpha 1 dx plus alpha 2 dy plus alpha 3 dz, alpha 1 p plus alpha 2 q plus alpha 3 r, you will get this expression and this is going to be 0. Now you can make this expression equal to any of the factor because denominator is 0, so right hand side is going to be 0 only. So you are free to take with any of them, or you can say that 1 over x square dx plus 1 over y square dy plus 1 over z square dz equal to 0 because this is 0 and it will go to left hand side and it will become entire expression 0. Now if you integrate it, it is in separation of variables form because x is with x, y is with y dy and z is with dz. So it's a minus 1 over x minus 1 over y minus 1 over z equal to minus 1 over minus c1, we can call it minus c1. Integration of 1 upon x square is minus 1 by x, 1 upon y square minus 1 by y and 1 upon z square minus 1 by z. So the answer will be 1 over x plus 1 over y plus 1 over z equal to c1. This is our first solution, ux, y, z. Now again, see again all the expressions. This is dx over x square y minus z, dy over y square z minus x and dz over z square minus x minus y. Now again we will try to make 0. So we want to do in denominator 0. What should we do now? Yeah, see carefully. If we have already uses y minus z plus z minus x plus x minus y 0. If we give only x, then it will become xy minus xz. Only y, then yz minus yx and zx minus zy. So all term is going to be cancelled out. Means what we want to say here, if we take alpha 1 is 1 over x Alpha 2 is 1 over y and alpha 3 is 1 over z. It looks simple, but it is not simple. Why we are taking alpha 1, alpha 2, alpha 3? This is actually by practicing. I can see that if you practice a lot in this type of problem, then you will find the alpha 1, alpha 2, and alpha 3. Otherwise, to make a zero in denominator is not an easy job. So don't ask me why or how you can ask, because this is going to why you can ask, because denominator is going to be zero for this possible choice of alpha 1, alpha 2, and alpha 3. But how, it's a complicated question because you have to do practice for that. Now if you take 1 over 1 over x dx plus 1 over y dy plus 1 over z dz, then your denominator will be 1 over x. If you divide, it will be x times y minus z plus y times z minus x plus z times x minus y. This is again going to be vanish. Denominator is going to be 0. So 1 over x dx plus 1 over y dy plus 1 over z dz equal to 0. Now if you integrate both the side, you will get this is log x plus log y plus log z equal to call it log c2. Then you will get x y z equal to c2. Log m plus log n plus log p equal to log m and p. This is your second solution, bxyz. Don't forget to write the solution. The solution of PDE is phi of u equal to 0 or phi of 1 over x plus 1 over y plus 1 over z comma x y z equal to 0. So this is the solution of given PDE. One example I am giving you as a homework. Try to solve this x square minus y square minus z square into p plus 2xyq equal to 2xz. This is as a homework problem. So let's see one more doubts. Next example. Solve this can be also given in homework. Solve y square z over x p. This is a very easy problem. Plus x z q equal to y square. This is also homework problem. Next example. Mz minus ny into p plus nx minus lz q equal to ly minus mx. Ly minus mx. This is a very good problem and it is asked several times. For if we see, it is asked several times by like this problem. If m equal to 1 and m and p equal to 1, m and l equal to 1 or m and l equal to 2, 3, 5, question can be asked for giving the some constant values of L, M and N. I will see that later. Let's see solution of this problem. Compare with capital PP plus capital Q equal to R. This is the most important problem. So capital P is MZ minus NY. Capital Q is NX minus LZ. Capital R is LY minus MX. So it's a dx over capital P equal to dy over capital Q equal to dz over capital R. So it will be dx over mz minus ny dy over nx minus lz and dz over ly minus mx. Now see, you cannot separate the variables, even you cannot cancel out. So we will try to make 0. So what you can see, here z is with m and here z is with l. So if you multiply l here and m here and add, you will get 0. Similarly, if you n is here and y with y, here l. If you multiply l here and n here, you will get 0. So what we want to say here, if we take alpha l dx plus m dy plus n dz, means multiply element in numerator and denominator and if you add mz minus ny plus m times nx minus lz plus n times ly minus mx. Actually, alpha 1, alpha 2, alpha 3 are L, M and NAR. Now, if you see carefully, denominator is going to be 0. So, L dx plus M dy plus N dz is 0. Here, important point are elements are constants. So, you can integrate very easily because elements are constant. So, you can take outside. So, it's Lx plus My plus Nz equal to constant. This is your first solution, Ux, Y, Z. Again, if you see for second solution, if you write dx over mz minus ny equal to dy over nx minus lz equal to dz over ly minus mx. Now, similar method you can apply for xyz also. If you take x dx plus y dy plus z dz. E means if you take alpha 1, alpha 2, alpha 3, the x, y, z, you will get denominator as 0 because here m and see where other m, this is again m. So if you multiply x here and z here and add, you will get 0. So that's why I'm doing here. So it's a x time mz minus ny plus y time nx minus lz plus z times ly minus fx. So denominator is going to be 0. So x dx plus y dy plus z dz equal to 0. Now if you integrate both the side, you will get x square by 2 plus y square by 2 plus z square by 2 equal to c2 by 2. Or you can say that x square plus y square plus z square equal to c2. This is our second Li solution. So solution of PD, general solution of PD is a phi u equal to 0 or phi lx plus my plus nz comma x square plus y square plus z square equal to 0. Some question can be asked based on this problem only. Solve z minus y into p plus x minus z into q equal to y minus x. What we have did, we have put L, M and N equal to 1 in the previous example. You can put L equal to 2, M equal to 3 and N equal to 6 and you will see this problem is asked several times in many exams of AKTU. Next example I am giving you as a homework. Very easy problem. PYZ, it's a easy problem, plus QZX equal to XY. Solve this also. Okay. Now I'm going to solve a very interesting problem. Example. Very important problem. Solve x square minus yz into p plus y square minus zx cube equal to z square minus xy. Sometime this alpha 1, alpha 2, alpha 3 method will work for only two proportions also. So let's see what we want to say here. This can be written as P plus Q equal to capital R. So capital P x square minus yz, capital Q is y square minus zx, capital R is z square minus xy. So dx over P means x square minus yz, dy over y square minus zx, and dz over z square minus xy. Now, we cannot cancel any factor, we cannot separate the factors, and even we are not getting 0 because here degree is 2 x square and x is occurring at more than 2 places. It's a 3 places actually, x. In the previous example, it is occurring at 2 places only. X is here, x is here. So we can adjust these two terms by multiplying the scalars, but here we cannot do this process. Now, the method actually, I told you dx by p equal to dy equal to q equal to dz upon r can be applied on two factors also, alpha 1 dx plus alpha 2 dy over alpha 1 p plus alpha 2 q. Why? Because we can take alpha 3 0, then we will get this expression. Similarly, if alpha 1 is 0, then we can apply on these two If alpha 2 is 0, we can apply on these two. It means that this coefficient scale like multiplier method can be applied on two factors, two ratio also. So if we see carefully here, see carefully. If we subtract this x square minus y square minus yz plus zx, we will get x minus y factor is outside. What we want to say? We can do this type of calculation also. Dx minus dy. Similarly, x square minus yz minus y square minus zx. What we have do here? What we have did here? Alpha 1 is 1 and alpha 2 is minus 1. Similarly, for these two, we have taken alpha, some other scalars. Suppose beta 1, beta 2, beta 1 is 1 and beta 2 is minus 1. So this is y square minus zx minus z square minus xy. Remember, this is not an easy job. You have to practice a lot. Even I cannot solve a new problem. It's little bit complicated. Even Lagrange's cannot solve. So this is dx minus dy over x minus y, x plus y, and minus yz. If you take common z plus z, if you take common, that will be x minus y. Okay, plus z x minus y. Similarly here, dy minus dz over y minus z, y plus z plus x, if you take common, y minus z. Or you can write dx minus dy over x minus y, you can take common. This is x plus y plus z. This is dy minus dz over y minus z, y plus z plus x. So this factor is cancelled out. So this can be written as d of x minus y over x minus y, because d means derivative. So dx minus dy. This can be written as d of y minus z over y minus z. Now if you integrate it, because x minus y look like a new variable, you can say that this is a t. If you take this is t, so this is dt by t, and you call this is a w, then this is dw by w. Here t is actually x minus y and w is y minus z. So it's a log t equal to log w plus log c1. Or you can say that log of t by w equal to log c1. Log m minus log n, log m upon n. So t by w equal to c1, or you can say that x minus y over y minus z equal to c1. This is our first solution, ux, y, z. This is our first solution, x, ux, y, z. Now, to find the second solution is a very difficult job here, because we have already used my subtraction method. Now for second Li solution. For second Li solution, we will write it again. Dx over x square minus yz, dy over y square minus zx, dz over z square minus xy. So method is very simple. This, if we multiply x here, then x cube minus xyz. If we multiply here y cube minus xyz, z cube minus zxyz. And if we add, then it's look like x cube plus y cube plus z cube minus x3xyz. And this is the formula for what type of formula? This is a formula of x plus y plus z, x square plus y square plus z square minus xy minus yz minus zx. So let's see that. Firstly, I am going to add directly. It is dx plus dy plus dz. Add directly. It's x square plus y square plus z square minus xy minus yz minus zx. We have added simply by taking alpha 1, alpha 2, alpha 3 equal to 1. Now, here we have taken alpha 1, alpha 2, alpha 3 equal to 1. Now take alpha 1 is x, alpha 2 is y, and alpha 3 is z. This is already, I have told, this is a practice method. So this is going to be equal to this expression dx over x square minus yz equal to dy over y square minus zx, and dz over z square minus xy is going to be x dx plus y dy plus z dz equal to x cube plus y cube plus z cube minus 3xyz. And I have already told you this math formula is equal to x plus y plus z, x square plus y square plus z square minus xy minus yz minus zx. Now if you see equation 2 and 3, this denominator is going to be cancelled out. So equate 2 and 3. So dx plus dy plus dz over, this is a difficult problem. X square plus y square plus z square minus xy minus yz minus zx equal to x dx plus y dy plus z dz over x plus y plus z, x square plus y square plus z square minus xy minus yz minus zx. This factor is cancelled out. Now x plus y plus z you can write here, and this can be written as d of x plus y plus z equal to x dx plus y dy plus z dz. What we have written here, see carefully. This is a derivative of dx plus dy plus dz. If you call it as a t variable, this is t dt. This is x dx plus y dy plus z dz. Here t is x plus y plus z. Now if you integrate both the sides, this is t square by 2 is equal to x square by 2 plus y square by 2 plus z square by 2 plus c2 by 2. So 2, 2, 2, 2 is cancelled. Put the value of t. This is x plus y plus z whole square minus x square minus y square minus z square equal to c2. Or you can write this is equal to twice xy plus twice yz plus twice zx equal to c2. Or you can divide by 2 both the sides. So this is your second solution vxyz. Now we can write the solution phi u equal to 0. U and v you have already. So let another question I'm giving you as a homework for that problem. Next example as a homework. Y plus zp plus z plus xq equal to x plus y. This is a also important problem asked several times. But this is a easy problem. So you all can try this problem also. One more example I am giving you as a homework. Y square p minus xyq equal to x z minus 2y. So I have discussed I think 5-6 problems, and I have given 5-6 problems. You all can try these 10-12 problems, and you will feel comfortable if you get a new problem. So these problems are from SRK Iyengar and MK Jain book, MK Jain, and BS Grewal book. So you can get the solutions from that books also. Okay, thank you.